Okay. So my name is David Klemick. I'm the commissioner of Flag Football University. Um, I welcome everybody to the Pre-Spn set. I suggest that you subscribe right down here to the Pre-Spn YouTube channel because that's going to be where all the games are played on after they're recorded and stuff like that. Um, Lots to go over. I got a bunch of I got everybody's name on the list right here for where you're going to play, what times and stuff like that, and go over some announcements of the way the league goes down. I think it's too much to put on a piece of paper. Kind of some stuff I can put on an email, but some stuff I like to explain a little bit. So start here. My name is David Klemick. This is my 6th year doing the Flag Football League, which I like originally, not to like pat myself on the back, but I originally brought flag football here as it was called Mainland Developmental Flag Football. And I started that back in did it in Linwood for a couple years, and now we did it at Mainland. We did it in one of the other ball fields in Linwood, and then we had right across the street from the police office at the lacrosse field, back at Mainland. Then we were at the Linwood football fields, and now we're going to go over to Atlanta Christian. So Atlanta Christian has done a phenomenal job taking care of the fields and getting everything ready for us. Unfortunately, of course, with the COVID situation, nothing has come to fruition yet. Finally, after a lot of praying and a lot of people asking and bugging, we're going to get going. So, without further ado, here's the issue. So we wanted to play. We wanted to play at least practice the first week because we didn't get the green light to play games, actual games where you're in uniform playing another team until after it was the 7th at first, and now they pushed it back to the 20th. So our first 3 weeks, unfortunately, kind of maybe fortunately for some people that are just new to flag football, we have to make it. Um, we have to officially make it so there's not games. So we're not going to be able to put ourselves in designated uniforms. We'll just have like two teams out there. I also had to cut the league down to a smaller size so that we could get on the field and have parents there and stuff like that, and didn't get too overcrowded. We're really only going to have one game going on at a time, possibly two. So if your name is called um, off of this roster, you have made the cut. Now, usually it's the people that I know and I love. They get the first. They get the first dibs at this. So I did have to cut the league down. I will add a few in because some people couldn't show up, even though literally barely anybody asked for any refunds or anything. They just wanted to be put it into the summer, put it in next year. So I thought that was super cool because it put me in a less awkward position to not have to like come out of my own pocket to pay you back, which is really a huge pain in the butt because we're already out to all the school and the refs and everything, and I had to reserve everything. I have to zero out the account every time, every year. You can't keep profit on it, so that's what we had to do. So, um, in the meantime, I appreciate all that, and I appreciate all your support through the entire thing, and kids want to get the kids out to play football. I don't know what's going to happen with the NFL season. Not so sure. What I do know is we will have a couple games, even if it's 3 or 4. We're going to be down to only 6 weeks. Hopefully, our football players are gone, and we help them out. We get them back into training camp on time. But we'll be at 6 weeks. Summers are usually, just to address that too. Summers, it's a supply and demand issue. Summers are usually only going to be 6 weeks when I've done them. It's usually a little longer in the spring where we have 8 weeks. Supply and demand. We are in high demand in the summer, so we're shortening the supply. So we're gonna play the 6 games or 6 weeks. The first 3 will be practices. So we're really not going to designate teams. There might not even be enough to make more than 2 teams right now. I'm trying to stretch the rules myself. But Atlanta Christian's being awesome to us. Egg Harbor Township City Government's been awesome. They want the kids to get out and play, but also we want to be safe. So there's a bunch of rules about coronavirus that we have to go through. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory and it's pretty much common sense. When we're doing the games, when the parents are there watching, just keep yourselves separated. you don't have to be crazy about it, but keep yourself separated. You don't have to wear a mask. Kids don't have to wear a mask while they're playing or anything like that. But they do consider it in the same category as wrestling. Don't get that. But it wasn't categorized with soccer and basketball. And if you guys, I know a lot of you parents have watched and played, have your kids play flag football. There's a lot less contact than there is in basketball. So we are pulling flags and stuff like that, but it's not nearly as much contact. So we're going to go over some of the rules with the COVID stuff. So first of all, when you're at the game and you're kind of surrounded the field, you got to be. I'm going to pull these rules out right now. Um, they're obviously they want people 6 feet apart. If you have a number of people in your group, like you're there with whoever your group is, you guys can sit as close as you want, but be away from the other groups. So if you have the Pauluses and the Smiths and Suitors right here, make sure your groups are 6 feet apart. I would suggest bringing like lawn chairs or whatever and come out and watch. Get in the sun a little bit. It's a cute little field. It's a really Atlantic Christian's awesome. Um, it's a cute little school. They're building a turf field, and what I did was ask if we could get on the turf field for maybe the last week for like championship week. So they're going to work on that and see if the field gets done by then. But that's going to be really cool. Um, secondly, we're not going to huddle too much. So the huddles are going to be spread out. The kids will be about arm distance apart, and the coaches will hold up a cue card that will tell them what play to do. So they're not going to get in and draw up plays. They'll have them preset on pieces of on dry erase boards, and that will keep people a little bit distance from each other. We are all going to have to take your jerseys off at the end of the games, give them back. We sanitize them. We're going to go sanitize all the jerseys, so I know when they come in, at least they're clean there. So we'll have to clean them every week. It's a pain in the butt for me and my wife, but we're going to do it. So we're just going to have pretty basic jerseys to start off with, so that we don't give off any vibes that we're playing in games. The first week's going to be combine style anyway. I want to see people run. I want see people throw the ball. I want to see people change directions. I want to see people tie their shoes, know how to pull flags off, know the rules, know who the coach, who the refs are, and what positions mean. So it's a lot of talking. The Pee Wee group, the Pee Wee and Taxi and Pee Wee group will come in at 9. You'll be there for about 2 hours. It's going to take a little bit longer. Hopefully, we can cut it a little shorter because the kids, we might lose their attention. The next hour, we'll go from 11 to the next hour. It's a lot easier. You're talking a little bit older kids. The JVs and varsities are very easy to deal with. We'll go over the rules, regulations for all that, and over all the coronavirus rules for that. So, just so we're all on the same page. You'll have play-by-play announcers, which I'll do it myself, and my father-in-law Ray Picking will do some of his too. Well, it depends if we have 1 or 2 games going. I also have all the rules for flag. So if there's any questions about what the rule was, I've been doing this is my 6th season now, so I know I'm pretty good. They change year to year because we've gotten better at it. And as the older the groups get, the more we want the forward pass. So we allow runs, like once every 4 downs for the taxi and the peewee, and then we go to no runs at all. And you're only doing 3 downs. For the You're only doing 3 downs. So you have 1 out of every 3 plays is probably going to be a run. You're not going 4 downs. You have to get to 15 yards, and I'll show you the field is going to be set. The first down markers aren't done by they're not done by yard marking that move, but it's just set. You have to get, if you get to the 40, you start at the 45, you get to the 30, you get to the 15, and you get a touchdown. So, but you have 3 downs. So, and you'll see how that works. It's very easy. Sometimes your you get a first down and you're 1 yard away from the next first down marker. That's how it goes. But that moves the ball back and forth pretty quickly too. And there's not a lot of time to delay. You're going to be on the clock pretty much by the ref going. The more they'll get more strict as the groups get older. So we'll kind of get you moving. We'll start warning you the first week or 2, and then we'll start to be pretty serious on the rules after that. So this is we're going to go through also some of the this is the players who are on taxi, peewee, JV, and varsity. Now, if your name is not called on here, you're watching this, you don't hear your name, just text me or call me. You have my number, 609-742-6190. You guys always, and I've been in touch with almost everybody on their cell phone. It's been fantastic. So, taxi level: Adam Berry, Logan Hildebrand, Avery Howie, John Cucorlo. Actually, I just talked to you. You're not going to be there. Cruz Paulus, Claire Suter, Thomas Warren, Jace Hackney, JoJo Hackney, Charlie Hildebrand, Mark Carpenter, Logan Hildebrand, Oliver Handel, Luke Germana, Ethan Udani, and next group is the Peewees: Matthew Carney, Jordan Dorn, LJ Medley, Caden Gazella, Jonathan Parker, Kipton Paulus, Anthony Stahltrager. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Graham Handel, Jack Dwyer, Bryce Carr. This is I'm even messing up my own handwriting. Andrew Nellum, John Beats, and Dylan Taboga. That's Peewee. JV: John Carr, Alexander Hanna, Isaiah Hanna, Gabriel Labistada, Nick Pareto, John Gray, Jackson Greenberg, Colin Fitzpatrick, another John Gray, unless I wrote that twice, Chase Battersby, Jalen Nyers, Jalen Garthius, Neo Trinos, Tyler Trinos, Rix Russell, Demarius Simeon. Okay. Varsity: Tristan McDowell, Demary Simeon, Luke Hallbrunner, Hunter Watson, Adrian Ortiz, Owen Andrews, Matt Bonchek, Sam Ticino, Jake Ticino, Chase Ford, and Ian Reed. I have a Walker Bailey as well as a quarterback too. There's a couple names I think that I'm just pulling off. You may have signed up really early, and I didn't get them into the system, so that you were probably paid through a Venmo account or something like that, and I'm just transferring everything over now. If you didn't get your name, just text me and I'll put it right on the roster. When you get there, day one, I will get you put into your proper place anyway. But if you don't feel like that's your place or your age isn't right, then let me know. The taxis are 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. The peewees are the 8 and 9-year-olds. So if you're 8 or 9 right now, you are okay. If you're 5, 6, or 7, that's what you're at, taxi. If you're 8 or 9, you're peewee. JV's 10 and 11. Varsity 12, 13, some 14s. We don't have a lot of them, but I would allow the 14 in there. So 12, 13, 14. That works out pretty good. There is your rosters as of now. Please let me know if you don't have that. Couple of cool features of this league is it's pretty neat. We'll have the games are what I call the grandparent feature is that we have the games are being videotaped. They are going to show up live on YouTube, so they can watch the games live. I've done this for Prime Events and SNJ Today. They have Mainland Football TV where they have an internet broadcast of the game, so you're watching it live. That's pretty cool. Some people you'll want to watch it if it doesn't have to be live. You can still go to the Pre-Spn channel after you subscribe to it, and then you can watch all the games on there. That's pretty cool. I'm sure the kids are going to see themselves play. All right, we'll do play-by-play announcing over it, which you'll be able to hear on the speaker, but you'll also hear it on the Pre-Spn, so you'll be able to hear it on both. May not sound perfectly because we're not in a booth. We're going to be on the field, and there'll be some wind and stuff like that, so it may not be perfect. So bear with us. It's pretty cool though for a kids flag football league. Trust me, you're going to love this. We'll give out some awards at the end of the year. The big one I think is most improved. That is, there's MVPs. Some of that's going to be very obvious. You'll see have some guys that can just ball out. I've seen some absolute stars come through this league. Walker Bailey's being one of them. Wait till you see Walker Bailey, Hunter Watson. Wait till you see John Carr, Dylan Taboga, Lucas Hankins. Some people are just stars, and some people are just so cute. They're just so it's a little bit of both. You'll see them, and as they come up through the ranks, you're going to go, wow, I watched that kid play. I mean, I've seen some kids already come through the flag football programs that have been phenomenal athletes and turn out to do some big things. 6 years, we could have a varsity kid that's in college right now. So we have a couple kids playing college football that were from our flag football league. Joe Bonchek being one of them. So he's at Princeton right now, making us proud of being in New Jersey. So this is pretty cool. It's called Flag Football University because before the COVID stuff, we were doing college jerseys, and that's how you'll be designated by college. Kind of want to get, there's an NFL Play 60 league, and I kind of want, what? I don't want people really thinking too much about the NFL right now. Let's go think about everything we do to get our grades good enough to go to school, to go get school paid for and stuff like that. So that's what I think. And we're going to teach a lot about the forward pass. The forward pass is not going to be taught very, very much in the grade school, in the pad system where you're wearing a helmet and you just got to give the ball to the big boy and let him run everybody else over. This league, being fast is really important, and being how to work in using spatial relationships, understanding the zone versus man, when it's smart to use that, and how to catch the ball away from your body, how to push the ball downfield by passing. Now, I've watched some kids get really, really good at this, and it gets very exciting. If you continue just to hand the ball off, like I'm going to get some complaints about, why don't you just let them hand it off and run, because they keep incompleting passes. But by the end of the year, about mid-year, you're going to start seeing them catch the ball and get downfield and then make plays. So you got to kind of get through the tough stuff to get to the beautiful long passes that somebody catches and people just freak out. So I've been doing this long enough to see some very exciting games. There's been some games in flag football that have been so exciting that I would rather watch that than a college or NFL game. I'm telling you, I had Billy and Michael Hankins were coaching a taxi team to play. They didn't have a very good squad, and they made it to a championship game. They were really well coached that year, and they had a couple kids that were very young, and another team had a lot of, like, it was like an all-star team they put together. We don't allow that anymore, but they didn't win the game, but they came down to the wire, and everyone, I mean, there was hundreds of people there watching and screaming at this game. So much fun. Parents, you will love this. Kids, you're going to love this. I promise you'll be worth every penny. Um, but for the first few weeks, we're going to do this instructional style a little bit. So we're going to run it like a combine, where we're going to test some skills, and then we'll start to categorize some players, because we can't have actual teams yet. Then it'll be like a scrimmage. So then we'll play two teams against each other. We'll mix the guys up and girls up too, because we have a bunch of girls. And we'll play them against each other. We'll mix them up the next week a little bit and play against each other. But the first week, let's just get familiar with what type of skills we have. Some people are highly skilled already. Some people aren't. Some people are just blossoming. So we'll try to work together on that one. A couple other things going through the rules. We are also not allowed to. There's a couple of rules that are specific to flag football. Okay, here. So there's no blocking where your arms have to be you push forward. You can keep your arms in like a set of pick. You can set picks and impede, but you can't push block like that. So you can stalk block, but you're not allowed to push somebody at all. That's a penalty is going to get thrown right away. So no push blocking. You're allowed to impede, though. So if someone's running downfield, you can run in front of them, get your back or shoulder in front of them and let them impede. It works pretty good, too. You just can't decleat somebody on the sideline. Flags have to be on properly. This is going to be the hardest part, is getting everyone's flags on the first time. So don't be surprised if we spend about 15 minutes teaching kids how to put their flag on. So it's going to be a little bit annoying at first. So after every game, we're going to give the flags back. We're going to sanitize them and then bring them back again for the next week. So we'll help everybody the first week, but hopefully, parents, if I need one thing, it's you to bring a mouthpiece. Okay, I need the kids to have cleats and help me out putting the belts on everybody. That way we get started. So the quicker we are with those belts getting on, the quicker this is going to go. They just are tough for kids to put on. It would take hours to put this belt on. It's not that easy. It loops right through, boom, boom, but the the flags have to stick out and down away from your body. You'll see exactly how it's set up. You'll understand it, but the taxi group, Pee Wee group, it's very, very hard. And they have to sit on your hips. Each flag has to be on their hips. If they get rotated or they're messed up or your shirts hang over it, plays get called dead right where right where the ball is caught. So if your flags are on wrong, we don't even try, because I've seen a bunch of kids get hit in the groin. People are grabbing at them in the wrong places because their flags are on inverted or they're on wrong, and you can't get to them. Then they end up getting desperate and trying to tackle them. It's ugly. So we don't allow that. If the ball's fumbled, it's a dead ball. It's just dead. So the play stops, because we don't want people diving in at a ball with headgear on and stuff like that. So we're not going to hit each other there. Mouthpieces must be worn. That's part of the insurance policy. I will, if you don't have them, I will have them for sale at each one of the games. I think that the sale of the mouthpiece is the only place I make money on. Otherwise, I just do this for the love of the game, and I'm going to meet some athletes. Here's where I will say, I will meet some athletes here that I'm really going to want to coach. So my business is called Clemic Performance Method, and I coach athletes. I do, myself. I was a former NFL player, part of the NFL Alumni Association currently, and I do some stuff with the NFL still. But the one thing that I do is try to create human hot rods. Little, like my athletes are going to be. I keep about 30 athletes, and I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing it for 17 years. Everything from being the head strength and conditioning coach of the Philadelphia Soul, all the way to being a consultant to open up gyms all over the place, to speaking engagements all over. And I love doing this. But I meet my athletes at events like this. So I'm going to see some talent. I saw Dylan Taboga come out and do, completely blossom the indoor flag league. And I just had to have that kid. I just knew he was going to be a talent. Jackson Greenberg. Um, and really the kids that I coach, I'll end up introducing myself after a while. And if I see some real, like, some super kids that I think will be interested in that program, I'll let you know. That's kind of and that's it. But I do make money on mouthpieces, and that's not a punishment. It's almost like you just want to remember. Well, it's kind of a punishment. For you wouldn't go to a baseball practice without your glove. You got to go to football with your mouthpiece, and it's part of our insurance policy that if you're not wearing a mouthpiece, or if I didn't do something to enforce those laws, that we would not be insured. So that has to happen. We won't start. You will not be allowed to play without a mouthpiece. Got it? Awesome. Okay, so and I'll sell them for $10, but I think they're really I think they're $3 a piece. But I know every week someone's going to forget them, so please just remember your mouthpieces. And you have to mold them. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. The kids will be scared of it because you kind of got to heat the water up first, dip it in there, and then put it in your mouth, and it'll mold to your own mouth. But then you don't want to share that with anyone either. So the mouthpieces I give you will not be molded. They're just going to be stuck in your mouth, not going to be super happy about it. So try to remember those. Cleats must be not metal cleats either. So you can't wear your softball or baseball cleats. They are going to be no good. They won't allow us to wear those. You wouldn't wear them anyway. The football cleats, so you know the difference, they have a cleat in the toe. Soccer has split cleat in the front. So they don't have, because there's kicking and they don't want people to get cleated, but you don't have to. You can wear soccer cleats too if you want, but our football cleat has a cleat in the front. Anything else you want to go over, please just get back to me. My phone number is 609-742-6190. Text me first, and then we'll start the conversation there if we need to talk, because I'll probably get a lot of calls. Again, I would love for you, as we close here, I would love for you to sign up for Pre-Spn. We saw you first. That's the YouTube channel that you're watching right now. You're probably just watching it, but subscribe to it, and then you'll get all. There's a bunch of other videos on there of me interviewing athletes, former NFL coaches, players that I played with. Eddie Kennison being one of them, who just got inducted into the Louisiana Hall of Fame. He went to LSU, first round draft pick, and all that stuff. So I got a lot of good content on there, and we're going to continue to add to it. There is a mascot called the Gym Rat. The Gym Rat is the Gym Rat will sit right here next to me sometimes, and he's a great addition to the show. Sometimes to have some fun, and he'll be out at the games every now and then, handing out prizes and stuff like that. So without going too far, I hope you guys watch this. I really am on for. I wanted to keep it under like 20 minutes. It's 25 right now, but I could talk all day about football. Can't wait! Can't wait to play football. Can't wait to hang out with you guys again and just cheer the kids on and watch them, ball out. So um, we'll remember subscribe to Pre-Spn, Mouthpiece, Cleats. We will be at Atlanta Christian School, the Taxi and Pee Wee group. Again, they're at 9 o'clock. JV and Varsity, you're at 11 o'clock. So 2 hours with the young guys and an hour with the older guys. It's just a lot easier. My name's David Klemick, Commissioner, Flag Football League. Please get in touch with me if you need to. If not, I will see you Sunday. Weather permitting. So if it is pouring rain and lightning, then we will cancel. But I'll get back in touch via email with everybody. I have everybody's email now and phone numbers. All right. So from the Pre-Spn studio here, this is David Klemick from the Flag Football University Show.